What's up, Aquatic Utopia? Today we are going to turn this cabinet that used to be one of my grandparents into aquarium storage with a control panel for all the automation underneath. Watch as we transform this into a totally functional aquarium device. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want the top section of the cabinet, this is laying face down on the table, I want the top section of my cabinet to be storage and the lower half to be where the control board is, so that I can store carbon, sponges, filter bags, all of that stuff that you need to maintain the tank on the top. And then underneath is where we'll put the control board. And as you can see, this is completely sealed up. When the door's closed, there would be no airflow in there. Since we're going to put multiple pieces of electronics in the control board, I want to make sure that this can breathe and doesn't cause any problems with heating up the electronics to the point in which they would be damaged. So my thought process here is to open up the back of the cabinet, possibly mount some computer cooling fans in here to blow air in, and I'll leave a gap around the control panel so that it can blow towards the front of the cabinet where it is. That'll make sense when you see it when we're all done. But for now, I need to open up the back, and this is about 1/8 inch plywood, and you can see that there's some tiny little finishing nails holding it in. So what I'm going to do is set the blade to be 1/8 inch deep, and I'm going to run it along here, and then carefully from the inside push out so that it pulls out these finishing nails and opens it up so that we can get that breathability. And all goes well. Hopefully I haven't messed up and we're going to damage this nice cabinet. We'll see in a second. Alright, so it worked. I guess if I was going to do it again, I would have taken the whole panel off, because I don't know why I didn't think of this. It cut into that lip a little bit there, but that'll be against the wall, you can't see it. And they must have used a little dab of glue because it peeled out some of the that 1/8 inch board, and I just ran a chisel across it to peel that off. So this whole area in here will be a recessed control board. I'll put it halfway. The electronics, this is the back of the door you're looking at. I promise it'll make more sense when you see some pictures as we progress here. But I'm going to recess the board so that the electronics don't hit the door when it's closed. And then this back area will all be cord management, so you won't see any of that. It won't be in the way. So far so good. A little bit more to follow next. Oh, and this is a shelf. It sits on those shelf brackets. I did put a couple of finishing nails in here because I didn't want to push something against the back and have this blow out. So it is nailed to there, but just resting on the brackets. So hopefully if my mother and uncle are watching this, they're not too terribly upset what I've done with grandparents' furniture here, but I think they'll be okay with it, as in turning it into something functional that I love. And when I see it, of course, I'll always think of Grandma and Gramps. So next steps, you'll see where it goes from here.